of upcoming use cases for EMP. Really, it's about creating a terminal use case, and what that means is a way to have EMP and eShare be more valuable by holding it than selling it. So there's a lot of ways that we can accomplish this. One of the biggest ways is through our treasury and hypothecation. Once we build a large treasury, that treasury can actually produce yield, which is fresh income coming into the protocol. And again, the fancy word for that is hypothecation. And so, there could be opportunity through that to distribute, a dividend or a reward to those that are in the ecosystem. Um, uh, and really, EMP alone, just through what we want to do with our lending protocol. So I know I've talked about this a lot. Um, the two largest income producing things in the world is lending and borrowing and insurance. So lending and borrowing is a huge part of uh, what we have coming next. Again, I've been behind the scenes working on partnerships and deals that I wish I could tell you about, but they're industry leaders. And again, we have to make sure our infrastructure is in place before we implement lending and borrowing. But what it would be is you'd actually be able to leverage your LPs, which is another reason why we say it's always best to start an EMP LP. Um, and then you'd actually be able to borrow against your LP positions, which again would be really attractive right now while we're low, because now you're borrowing an appreciating asset, which again means that that's what the rich do. You follow what the rich do, and again, there's tax benefits, there's a bunch of shit. So again, I don't want to go too far into it, but having EMP be able to be collateralized or borrowing against your LP, that's an inherent use case in EMP alone. So that's a big one. Again, we have a lot of other unique ideas, whether it be through play to earn or the metaverse. Again, I think those are, buzzwords that are thrown around. But we have the connections and the relationships to actually pull that off. So yeah, there'll be plenty of use case coming to EMP. Um, but right now, the use case of EMP is farming eShares, and eShares use case is making you more EMP. So those are really the two, things that you got to focus on at the moment. And once we move into phase two, then we'll have a lot more on the docket. I mean, we have a very strong partnership with one of the leading metaverse projects out there. We already have land in that metaverse. It's Loot NFT or the Lootverse LOOT. Again, you can look up some YouTube videos about it. But they're really they're when you think of a metaverse, like these people have brought that concept to an entirely different level. I mean, there's resources in the ground of the land that you own. There's a parliament that votes in and out different laws. I mean, it is the most epic metaverse structure I have ever seen. And so myself as well as Crypto Mike, we already own land in that metaverse, and one of those plots will definitely be an EMP headquarters, so to speak. We talked about making our academy like an actual physical building, like a college that you would walk into and learn in the metaverse, as well as like the merch store. Maybe having a physical merch store in the metaverse. I mean, we have a lot of different ways we can play it. But yeah, I mean, we definitely want to be in on that hype as well. So when the infrastructure is there, then we definitely plan on having a metaverse element to EMP for sure.